Hello everyone, welcome to StudyIQ. In this video, I will bring to you the third chapter of my audiobook, From Failure to Triumph. This book is a motivational book designed only for students. So today I will talk about the post-mortem of failure. What to do after a failure? One of the questions that has been asked to me many times by students is that, "Sir, I have been preparing for the last 4 years. Sir, I have been preparing for the last 5 years, 3 years, 2 years, but I haven't tasted success yet. Could you please guide me to find the right approach?" I keep getting asked this question over and over. The only difference is that some people say 5 years, some say 4 years, some say 2 years. The only difference in the question is in the duration of the preparation. I don't think that this is the right question to confront me with, that, "Sir, I have been preparing for the last 4 years, but I haven't tasted success yet. What should I do?" The better question, the more pertinent question that you should be asking yourself is, what was it that I changed in myself during the time interval between my last 2 unsuccessful attempts? I gave one attempt and then next year I gave another attempt. What changed in between? What changed in that 1 year between the 2 attempts? The questions that you should ask yourselves are, did you do a post-mortem of your failure? Did you analyze your failure well enough? What did you learn from your defeat? Are you repeating the same mistakes again and again? Remember, not analyzing your failure is a recipe for future failures. It could be possible that a considerable amount of your time and energy and effort is dedicated to your favorite subjects. This also means that you are not working on your weaker areas. If this is how it is, things are not going to improve even if you prepare for the next 10 years. It may also be possible that your concepts are not clear, or someone has misled you into believing that you just need to solve the past papers to ace the exam. And probably that's why you neglect the books, you neglect the syllabus, but you just prepare some MCQs hoping that they would appear in the exam. There is a huge possibility that every time you walk into an examination hall, your fingers are crossed in anticipation of finding the identical questions in the exam paper that you have been solving. You feel scared by thinking that if the questions are different, then you won't be able to answer it. This makes you apprehensive of the question paper at hand. You know, there are more things to alarm us than to harm us, and we suffer more often in apprehension than reality. The apprehension makes us more anxious, it cripples us, and our mind is no longer calm. Our apprehension worsens the situation. Do you go to the exam hall by hearting only the easy parts or completely mugging the easy parts, and therefore you falsely convince yourself that you have worked extremely hard for the exam? Every person, every student claims they work hard, but what I have seen and experienced over the years is that very few actually work hard. You must remember these lines of a saint called Saint Acharya Sharma ji, that failure only proves that you did not make a full-hearted attempt for success. Now let me tell you what you should do after your first failure. First of all, you have to take a note of the margin of your failure. That is, by how many marks you failed to clear the exam. If the gap is big, it shows that there was no sound preparation at all. But if the gap is narrow, then you must introspect. Why you missed the cutoff? What made you score less? Did you get less marks because the questions were too tough for you, or you did not focus on the paper, or you did not do a proper time management? You have to develop a strategic plan with these questions as the central pillars. Very often I see that students feel a sense of pride when they prepare for a prolonged period of time. They feel that success is their right, it is their entitlement. A prolonged study for a number of years is no guarantee for success. And this is the point that I want to emphasize in this chapter. If you study the same thing year after year and you keep repeating the same mistakes again and again, then it is not learning. Preparation is about giving ample time to the subjects which you are not good at and also consolidating those subjects which are your strong areas. Always study those subjects first that scare you the most. Face your fears. The brave man is not the one who does not feel afraid at all, but rather who conquers his fears. If you always study the subjects which you like and ignore the ones that you dislike, there is no value addition to your knowledge. Nothing significant happens even if you are investing your precious years one after the other. You try and you fail. There is nothing wrong in that. But after your first failure, work on the weaker areas. Take up those subjects which are the reason behind your low score. If you get low marks because you could not finish your question paper on time, then you have to practice mock tests. Try and complete these tests in a stipulated time frame. If the exam duration is of 2 hours, then you must try to finish it in 1 hour and 45 minutes. Always answer those questions first, whose answers you know best. If you have lost marks for not answering a question which was beyond your capabilities and knowledge base, that means you did not bother to prepare for the possible tough questions. If you score low for being careless, not giving enough attention to the question paper, or because of what we call the silly mistakes, then this implies that either something was bothering you or you were in a hurry. The good thing is that both of these shortcomings can be overcome, can be dealt with easily. If you work on your shortcomings, then you are likely to perform better. It may also be possible that despite giving your 100%, you may not get success in your exams. It may also be possible that the exam is beyond your capabilities. But you must never think that this is the end of the road. This can also indicate that this is the time when you have to explore other possibilities in your life. You have to make yourself mentally strong. If you are absolutely sure that you have given your 100% but still have not got the desired results, then this is when you should come to terms with the fact that there is nothing more you can do about it. You must start exploring other career options. You have to plan well and take a decision about the number of years of your life that you are going to invest in your preparation. Remember, failing in an examination and failing in life are two different things. So give your best, and if you fail, keep in mind that better opportunities are waiting for you. Many times students say that they could not make it because of 1 or 2 marks. They could not clear the cutoff because of 1 or 2 marks and that they were unlucky. I don't believe in this. I completely refuse to believe in this narrative. If the question paper is for 100 marks, then you should prepare yourself to score full marks, 100 out of 100. If the cutoff is 50 out of 100 and you end up with 49 marks, it doesn't mean that you have failed by 1 mark. It means you have failed by 51 marks. Your preparation needed to be such that you could score 100%. You lost by 1 mark because the cutoff was 1 mark less than 1 mark more than what you scored. So for example, you scored 49 and cutoff was 50. And therefore, it may convince you that your preparation was good. If the cutoff would have been, let's say, 60, then would you say the same? The point is, the marks that you have scored remain constant. They are 49. And now if you clear the cutoff, then it's just by luck. And if you don't clear the cutoff, then you say, I lost by 1 mark or 2 mark or 3 mark. That's not how it is. Your preparation was at 49% only. And that is the truth. If you have missed the cutoff by 1 mark, then this doesn't mean that your preparation was excellent and that you can blame it on your bad luck. It means that your preparation was poor and it's just a coincidence that you secured 1 mark less than the cutoff. If you had scored 51 marks, then would you have said that you were lucky to clear the cutoff by 1 mark? No. You would have felt that it was your right to clear the cutoff. The fault is in your own preparation. By failing to prepare, you are just preparing to fail. People always take credit for their success but make excuses for failures. You have to accept your triumph but also your failures. Don't let the fear of failing hold you back. Whenever the cutoff is less and we miss out by 1 or 2 marks, then we tend to convince ourselves that our preparation was excellent. May the fear of failure never stop you from turning your dream into reality. May your failures become your stepping stones to success. So this is where I'll stop myself. And in the next chapter, I will focus on friends and relatives, how to behave with friends and relatives during the preparation. Thank you for watching StudyIQ.